you know, your EU summit, your UN summit, all right, your World Economic Forum summit, all right, your CFRs, all right, where they sit down and they discuss a list of things what they want to do to bring in the new world order.
Gone.
Go ahead.
An appointment diary.
Uh-huh.
And if you know something about an appointment diary, it have a date and a time for everything.
Can.
So they don't have this thing planned out already.
Plan out, yeah.
You know?
You feel they didn't plan 9/11. They plan that and they make sure and pick the perfect date.
I'll give an example.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a temporary organized plan for matters to be attended to.
For matters to be attended to.
It's a list of matters to be taken up. And when you're going to the meaning of taken up, it says to begin doing on a regular basis.
On a what?
Regular basis.
Yeah, to begin doing.
It said to occupy, to consume space or time.
Can. Right? But when you go out to begin doing, right? That is why that woman from I forget she name from that same World Economic Forum, so she talk about what you can't let a good crisis go to waste.
Gone.
Right? So with this crisis that we in here, they make sure to start to begin doing all what they are implemented on the agenda, the list, the bucket list.
And it says to occupy, to consume in space and time.
Can.
Yeah, and here I have the extension from the etymology online. It
Yeah,
says matters of practice.
Matters of what?
Of practice.
Matters of practice.
Things to be believed.
That is give me Micah 2:1. 2:1. Read 2:1. Let me see. That's all about Akasha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the scriptures is lined, so the scriptures is linked.
Gone.
I love this, boy. I love this. This was my calling.
Gone.
Yeah, wicked freaking nigga.
I love this.
The book of Micah chapter 2 verse 1.
Bring it out!
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Woe unto them, woe unto all you Edomites, yeah, all you upper echelons.
And Confederate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And a son who work evil upon their beds. The beds is the same round table, the same World Economic Forum, and the CFR, and what have you. Right? And they implement all the wicked deeds, the wicked thoughts.
Secret councils.
Yeah, the crafty councils.
The crafty councils, yeah.
Because even if Esau can figure it out, they apply pressure to the jigs below and they will figure it out.
Gone. That what they do.
And take it back to the slave master.
Yeah,
exactly.
But the laws are scripture.
So that's saying no, the Confederate.
Yeah. That's them who make a covenant with the heathen. You know?
Alright, bring it up. We continue with that. And then you will find that in scripture.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
When the morning is light, they what?
Practice it.
When the time is right, they practice it. Hold it. Come back with that one here, Angela.
When they practice agenda, right? Matters of practice.
Matters of what?
Matters of practice.
and then they want to call we madmen.
Yeah. And it say what? To consume in space and time.
Yeah.
Then we is the madmen.
So they have a plan and everything for this in place. Right? They know what's going to be practiced.
Particular time.
But it continue here too.
Yeah,
It says things to be believed. Right? Matters of faith.
Matters of faith, because look at twisted. Them putting all the faith and the belief in what they implemented. Look at it twisted.
And even tutors and jigs that believe on the system, they put in all their faith, right? And even because when you watch it, right, as they have the both political parties, whatever this government do, their supporters back them
I hear them red like that.
Yeah.
So they are all are part of it.
Yeah.
So they are the ones at the bottom that is holding up the
And you know they're so crafty. They divide the people even in the political forum, right? Because they want to conquer them.
Yeah.
So,
divide to conquer, divide to rule.
That's what it's about. So this whole that why this whole thing about democracy is really demon rule because it's wicked and evil. Right? The whole thing is evil. It's to divide, to conquer.
Yeah.
You know? To get control. That's what they really want. They want that control. You know?
Right.
I could continue from Latin agenda, literally meaning things to be done.
Things to be done, boy. Things to be done. And best believe this article, what we're reading here, is things that have to be done by these elites. These elites is because it is already written in the scriptures.
Done.
Right? Which is what? Prophecy. Right? So they have to be, they have to bring it out. Right? As the scripture say, when the morning is light, when the time is, which means when the time is right, they practice it. Why? Continue with the scripture there. They practice it. Let me see why they practice it.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Because it is in what?
It is in the power of their hand.
Which is what we're now reading here, the Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. It don't take rocket science, you know.
Done.
Listen, trigonometry and what that is thing for rocket science. And and add maths and all these things. You understand? It don't take them, it don't take all of that, you know. It don't take all of that. You see, what the thing about it is the difference between us and the outside world. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua give us that eye salve. Alright? He chose this, as the scripture said, you didn't choose me, you know. It's I choose you. Right? It's I choose you to go there and to push this word. And you do what according to what I tell you, and it's going to give you that wisdom, that knowledge, that understanding.
Scripture says that he separated godly for himself. That is men that will take delight in doing what he requires. What he put out to do.
He say, I'll get you unto great men. You know?
Drop down, my God, you know.
I will continue the article, right? It's on March 31st, 2021, right? March 1, right?
Just March go on there, right?
Yeah. It's a host of global leaders.
A host of global leaders. Right? The word host goes into army. Yeah, army of global leaders. Go ahead.
Issued a call for a global Pandi treaty. Right?
With that, because these 24, along with the rest of these world leaders, they are called what? They are called globalists. Alright? And the agenda is a globalist agenda. Worldwide. Alright? To have the whole world in the palm of their hands. And that they could be able to control the world, you know, and how you like a puppet. That's where it break down too. Right?
Not how you like a puppet.
Well, in Salakia, Tawara. They're making it into a literal puppet. Tawara.
Because you can imagine these geeks, these Edomites, right, laughing. But so we had, I don't know. You understand? And they are the what? They are more fragile than us.
Yeah.
They are more fragile than us.
Yeah.
So they're making us the puppets.
That's what we want. But use your basham, your shy doing it. Alright. So a host of global leaders issued a call for a global treaty, right? Purportedly in order to prevent future outbreaks,
right? Right? In order to, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Distribute waters and implement a unilateral approach to global governance.
Right, and unilateral. Going to that word unilateral.
Unilateral, right?
So it's a treaty to prevent global.
Going to the word treaty for a
treaty to prevent global outbreak. Right? So meaning that they want all nations on board.
On board.
Right? They don't want no nation revolting.
You know, it had to be, that's why the scripture says in Revelation, I think it's Revelation 17. Yeah.
I believe it lateral here from Google, right? It's of an action or decision.
Of a what?
As an action or decision performed by or affecting only one person, group, or country involved in a situation without the agreement of another or others. Alright, without the agreement of another or others, right? And then another one saying, well, that's unilateral to one body, but I have the definition from the etymology online say one, unity or one, right? One,
right?
Unilateral.
Unilateral, yeah.
Yeah, you understand? So, like for example, unilateral nuclear disarmament,
right? Where there were all the nations to disarm, you know, to give up the nukes and what have you.
Done.
Yeah, the meaning that you think? Yeah.
Bring it over.
A formally concluded and ratified agreement between states.
Between what?
Between states.
Yeah, between states, right?
Well, this meaning says a formal agreement between two or more states, right? But when you go into the meaning of agreement, it's an understanding between entities to follow a specific course of conduct, right? A state whereby several parties share a view or opinion.
Share what?
A view or opinion.
And that's what we see in here with these 24 men, right?
The state of not contradicting one another.
Right. Which goes back again now to the same word unilateral, right? All of them come at one head, right, and agree, and they had the same opinion and what have you, to push forward with the agenda. Alright? That's why they have been doing what? As I say, you know, this break down to two words. Conditioning, right? Conditioning and what was the next word that is timid by? Conditioning is conditioning. It will come to me just now. It will come to me just now. Alright?
But this no, I went into the meaning of the word contract, right? Because that's one of the words to use for agreement.
Yeah,
right?
And they go back to covenant.
Covenant, right?
Yeah.
And even the Lord said don't make no covenant with the heathens, right?
Yeah.
It's a contract, an agreement between two or more parties to he said an agreement between two or more parties to perform a specific job or work order, often temporary or of fixed duration. So meaning they agree to roll out this agenda until the end. Right? He said of fixed duration and usually governed by a written agreement.
Alright, that is why when you go back to this Revelation 18:13, alright, and these have one mind, and these have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Right? Because with this article here, with this great reset here, alright, this is the actual beast in the scriptures here you're reading about here, you know.
Then given the power
onto the beast, you know. This is what it really is about here, you know, because the beast is a system. And really and truly is a system that they are trying a new reset. When they go into that word reset, when they go into that reset they were talking about is a new system they're looking to implement. Done away with the old system and come with the new system now.
And I'm gonna read this over this last line up. That's where we'll go into this. This is and implement a unilateral as a single unilateral talking about one. A single approach to global governance. What governance? When you talk about governance, you talk about rulership. Right? You talk about the governance structure. Right? The body. Right? So this is something that you wanna have a single global world government or a new world order. You know? So this telling you outright plain here. You can't get more plain than this.
Right? Have meaning word here, right? And the meaning of the word reset. To set back to the initial state, to set to zero, to adjust, to set our position different.
To set to zero, right? Because this is what they want to do. They want to set to zero. Alright? Alright. When we set to zero, then we start over now. But the thing is, the starting over that the starting over with is not of the works of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, if you understand where I'm coming from. They're starting over, you know, but they're starting over, right, with that B system, right, in opposition to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua,
Right.
in total wickedness.
So it said to adjust.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Correct.
To adjust to set or position
Or what?
differently.
Or what?
Position differently.
Or position
And
differently.
if I may add
Well,
something,
yeah.
right? When this Babylonian, this Roman Empire, right, had taken hold, let me say, on the world, basically, because they conquered these other nations, right, and brought them into subjection, right? They had full control, right? But now that even though through the system they have control, they don't have full control.
No.
Right?
Because I like what you said. Let me cut you a little bit.
Right.
Don't forget that. Let me cut you a little bit again. They can't control you. I love what you said. They're in control now, but you're still in not control fully because why? Like for instance, this is the reason why they want to get rid of this, because they cannot control me going in a maxi, right, and paying my fare. They have no control over this. They didn't know. Jacob Rockefeller and them didn't know that I use one of the notes, the $20 note, to take a maxi to reach my destination, or a taxi to reach my destination. They don't have control over that.
Now, even if they don't know, this is not the problem. It's being able to control you.
Well,
right? Because right, as we went into contract and agreement and these things, right, we know tutors that are going and take this so-called cure or the waters, right? What they are basically doing is putting themselves in agreement or a contract with Esau Edom.
Right? What you're saying there, they basically, you know what they're doing? That's why this thing's so important. People might underestimate the importance of this waters. But this waters is a full lead up until Revelation 13 and 16.
Boom!
That M-A-R-K. I don't want to say the word because they cut in videos for that, right? That's a full lead up because this here, basically, they're destroying the link between you and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai at the foundation level, which is what? Remember, the body is the temple at the end of the day. So if they destroy you at a cellular level, if they change your foundation, as they say in Revelation, I think it's 10 or 11, they say the foundation will be destroyed, what Jake could do. Right? So what they're really doing is intend to destroy that, right? Therefore what? You and this is the same thing, and this is the same thing that we were pushing to about back in 2005. Bill Gates had a seminar for the top generals in the Pentagon, right? And telling them that that they could remove this and limit this PMAX gene, this war gene that they say certain people have. Now we know certain people is Jake. Because Jake is the people of the Lord, people of faith. Now the just shall live by faith. The just is Jake, right? Starting with the elect. But they didn't know this, right? So he said the way they could do it is through the waters. Since back then, and that was how many years ago that was? 2005.
16 years ago.
If they had that technology back then, so you think they're not going to put this into that?
Right? When you watch this movie, I believe the name of the movie is Behind the Wire.
Yeah.
I believe the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Tekina movie.
Done.
That movie showing that they're making it as how the scripture say, they were afraid but they still went up to fight. Making it into something like a super soldier then. You understand?
That is what it is. And that is what? That is the foundation at the cellular, the genetic level. So this devil know exactly what he's doing. They know exactly what he's doing.
They can do it and search
so as I was saying before, during slavery, right, the slave masters, they had full control over the slaves, right? Because they could have what? They could have revoked them water and food and these other things, right? But through this monopoly system, it's only so much that they can revoke, right? But coming with this so-called cure and the technology that follows after it, right? They could control you fully.
That was about.
I want now say just. I want now coming to just now. They were this. They cannot control this in the sense of the individual with how he spend and where he spend, when he spend. You understand? They cannot control that. right?
And Salakia.
But when you have that, or when you have that technology now, because the scripture says you can either what? Buy nor sell. Right? But when you have that technology within you, they know if you went by True Value and pick up a bottle of bleach or whatever, they know.
That's why you have the loyalty card.
Right?
And as we I believe is
That's why you have the loyalty card.
I forget which Caribbean island it is. I believe what the Prime Minister said that if you don't take this so-called waters,
that is St. Kitts and Nevis, and also Antigua and Barbuda.
If you don't take it will affect your pay. You
And
understand?
Antigua and Barbuda, because you talk about the pensioners, and I've been telling you, hey, I've been telling you all, you pensioners don't feel they will get away. Don't feel because you resign, you're paying all your years service and whatnot, and you resign. No.
All you receive them public assistance, disability grant, right? Food cards.
Yeah.
Don't feel you're all exempted from this thing.
Can't.
They will withhold these to make sure that you all, take this. To make all your fully dependent on the state.
That's why the scripture says cause it when they go into that would cause in the NIV they say and force it. Right? Because they will do the forcing you, the boxing you, that's all they say, the boxing you in. They're literally boxing you in, boys.
So they do directly, they come direct with law so far, but they boxing you in all the ways that they where you go where you're cornered.
Yeah.
And if you do have your Basham your shy and faith in your Basham your shy, you're going to take that thing.
I remember the good conditioning and gradualism.
Yeah, that's a gradualism. Alright? You're going to take, you see all the scanner in the grocery. You're going to the grocery, that's scan your temperature. That's not for no temperature.
Before you have to
now
it's just
no correct. And what is watch at the positioning of this sensor. It's at your head level.
Yeah.
Right? So which is what? That is the neural link that this guy Elon Musk making that brain chip. Because the scripture says that in your head or your hand, right? This CHIP will be put. Alright? So they don't have it at your head level already. And if you have it in your hand, you raise up your hand.
No,
that gradualism.
Even to add something, right?
Yeah.
Because with this waters, right?
Yeah.
As I say, is a test run, right? Or a mock exam to see how much percentage will revolt to how much will take it, right? So then what? They will narrow it down and put the under the health legislations. They put these restrictions to force you to take it so that it will be easier when they bring the technology that will be placed in your hand or your forehead.
That's what it goes down to.
And some now you now say something and they come to me now. Here where you now say they're making a test run to do the evaluation of who take it, to who will take it, so they will know how to move forward with the technology. That's why the scripture talk about, because when you see that technology come now, because remember that people don't revolt against taking the waters, right? Good. So best believe when that technology come about, best believe they mixing matters with rebelliousness.
Right.
You're getting put to death. Best believe that.
What they really doing too, remember at the end of the day, everybody have a what? Just in the States you have a social security number down, you have an ID card number.
And BIR.
And they made it pretty much on that BIR, you have a birth certificate, so they have a record of the majority of people in the country. So what they're gonna do by method of elimination, right? They're gonna know who take that so-called cure, who take the waters and who didn't take it.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's why they're setting up appointments for people, and that's why they're noting your name, right? Your records. To say, okay, you think they do it because they want to give you an immunization card? No. It's to keep a record of who took it and who didn't take it. Right? And who given trouble to take it. Alright? That's what they're doing. Alright?
Continue with the thing on the article.
Let me go ahead there.
Yeah.
I don't know much time.
And that's why I add something, right?
I want to tell all of you until that thing comes obviously until it's done.
That's why I add something, right? And because basically what this whole thing doing is narrowing down who's the man of the Lord.
Can't.
Right? Even though, you know, we out here doing the works, you know, and brothers putting up videos, what they're doing.
Then shall be no more my chosen.
Because hey, the men, right, or the people that don't take it is the ones that have faith, that put their faith in your Bashem Yahushai. But the ones who take it is the ones who fear for not being able to survive by the necessary needs. Right? So they put their what? They put what? Faith within the system. And Esau Edom. Right?
So we're jumping back into the article, right? Let's read over the title. 24 world leaders announce international treaty to implement Great Reset agenda. Right? Continuing from paragraph 2, it says UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, French President Emmanuel Macron.
Next wicked, that wicked. I think he is the Irish Prime Minister or openly gay. But all of them in the folly with the sex orgies and all these things. On Jekyll Island, all of them are the wickedness. Good.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel.
Talk for that witch.
Right? The head of the WHO, as well as 20 other world leaders.
No, read that, continue reading.
As well as 20 other world leaders, including our Prime Minister, including our Prime Minister Trinidad and Tobago, right, joined forces in penning a joint letter with the apparent intent of winning popular support for the globalist plan.
For the what?
For the globalist plan.
I have a precept here, right?
Yeah,
this is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. He said, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed.
A what?
And they that are led of them are destroyed.
Yeah. Right? Because this is what's going on here. When I read Revelation 13 and 12, right? And he says what? And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, right? Whose deadly wound was healed, right? And that first beast was the ancient Roman Empire, the great red dragon, right? So and this is the new beast. This is the new and revised Roman Empire, right? Making sure to really stamp, put a serious stamp with this beast system that they're coming with, because they'll be reading here. This is the beast in the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and 17 and 14 and what have you, right? This is the beast here, which is the system. Alright, go ahead.
Writing in a UK paper, The Telegraph, as well as other publications such as Le Monde in France, the leaders declared their intent to build a more robust international health architecture that will protect future generations.
Right, and part of that going heavily, that health business we're talking about, that going heavily into technology, boy. That we're going heavily into technology, and the Neuralink and all of these things.
And all the transhumanism agenda.
So right here, and then in this article, we could see that the Tower of Babel is being built again.
Right?
And the scripture that came out earlier, that the leaders have caused it to earth. And we could see, because plenty people, right? Plenty people, they put their trust in their leaders, right? Which don't have their best interests
at hand.
Yeah. So as the scriptures say, they cause them to be what? Destroyed.
Yeah. You really feel your beloved Prime Minister Keith Rowley have your best interest at hand? You know, you really feel he care about all that, right? He making try to protect his ass. But little does he know, right? When they're done with him, they're going to put he to death with his family too.
I know that nothing new under the sun. That means our Prime Minister was one of those wicked jakes.
Who went to get but he had to be back in the days of the American Grecian Empire, but
he's one of the first 24.
Yeah.
Only 24, 21 was a small number. He had to be one of them great wicked men. them great wicked
He
James.
had to be back
Had to be one of them great wicked James.
when I make league with Antiochus and them.
Because he in charge of this whole region. You understand?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I first Maccabees 1:11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to be.
He had to be one of them.
He has to be, man.
Yeah. Nothing new under the sun.
Let us bring it out.
Yeah,
Bring
bring it out now.
Bring out that first Maccabees. What are you about there?
First Maccabees 1:11.
Well, he could be Alcimus coming back here, you know, in the reincarnation, you know. Because Alcimus, when you read first Maccabees, and that's what I mean, when you read first Maccabees, then Alcimus was as serious, he and Jason was two serious, wicked, evil, sellout niggas, you know. These niggas sell Israel to the lowest and the lower and the lower.
And even just to add,
Especially Jesus.
What we see in the parliament yesterday, right, is just a race or a contest between the two parties, Dr. Rowley and Ms. Kamna, the sister, right, on who could have what? Rule more vigorously.
Yeah, vigorously.
Right? But over the people, when they look up going to the word vigorously, it means more harsh
And aggressive.
Draconian.
That's correct.
Draconian.
So who could rule and pass the most harsh laws, you know, to oppress the people? Right? So bring it up.
First Maccabees.
What you say there? You see that what they choose our man.
That's not. Say that over again.
Because our man is given emotion, so they won't choose you, it is our man.
Can. And that is why you dumb niggas, yeah? Yahweh, right? Ain't no in the Most High God ain't no woman. And some of you niggas you know, and Mother Earth and all that. No, brother man. Right? Because if the Most High God was a woman, you see the things that he have written in this book, the judgments he have, a woman would have looked to spear and no, brother man.
And you would have been on
Can't. Right? But go ahead. Read it now.
First Maccabees 1:11.
In those days, when they out of Israel, wicked men,
like your Rowley and your Galston Brown, I think is his name, right? And right,
Don't forget that.
But I just want to say he was a chief seller for
Don't forget that nigga.
Right?
He was setting foundation.
He setting foundation
for wickedness.
right?
Yeah.
That Eric William, right? And this and your Norman Manley, and this one who your PJ Patterson, and this one who run in Jamaica now, boy. I forget your name. Right? And the Ralph Gonzalez for St. Vincent. Yeah? Wicked men, well,
who
persuaded many,
saying, let us go and make covenant.
Let us what?
Let us go and make a covenant.
And you know, that going back to the waters, because this man been pushing and saying, hey, well, go and take the thing.
Yeah.
Go and take it.